Well, hi there, I'm Ron Juckett, and it's time for Pro Baseball 64. It's Wednesday night game of the week. Why are we starting with the screen? Because I realized that when I show you the standings in the game screen, I've given away the games for that particular night. Not that you would know, but I would know what was going on, and that's not what we want to do. I want to be as surprised as you when we play these games. So I'm going to do the standings this way to start the games from now on. We're going to see the Chicago White Sox and Baltimore Orioles from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. That's a real sentence, isn't it? In a minute. But I want to update you on the standings. In the National League, the Pirates lead by 4.5 game over the Giants, or games. Cincinnati and St. Louis, who finally now has Lou Brock, 7.5 back. The Cubs, who needed pitching, now finally have Ernie Broglio, but they're 9 back, which is still pretty amazing. Milwaukee, Philadelphia fading 10 back. Actually, Philadelphia's playing 500 ball. The Dodgers are pretty much sunk in Houston and New York. We'll visit Shea Stadium for the All-Star game in a couple weeks. And the American League gets up tight as a tick. Tonight, the Twins and the Indians play a doubleheader. The Yankees are a half game behind the Twins at 35 and 21. Baltimore and Chicago, 3rd and 4th place. That's our game. Detroit and the surprising Boston Red Sox, 28 and 32, may not be a surprise or look like a surprise, but this was a 100-loss team. The magic of Al Red Sox fan to make sure the Red Sox don't completely blow it. They played the Yankees in an afternoon game. Washington and Cleveland follow at 10 back. The Angels have fallen to 11.5 back, and Kansas City isn't very good. They are 16.5 back. So in a moment, it's the White Sox and Orioles from Baltimore on Retro Sports Network. Well, the best played plans of mice and men here. What happened was, well, obviously you didn't see it, but when I went to open up the game to play with the ticker, I forgot to create the new field for Memorial Stadium. Switching over from one computer to the next, the ballpark saves did not come over for whatever reason. I installed them in the wrong folders, I think. And so what happened is I had to create a new playing field for Memorial Stadium after I'd played all the games of the day. So while you get a game on a correct stadium, you don't get any scores from out of town during the game. I'll tell you this. Al Downing one-hit the Red Sox this afternoon. I assumed that the Yankees won. So we'll get to that after the game. So we have for you the the battle for third place here between the Baltimore Orioles and Chicago White Sox from Memorial Stadium on a beautiful Wednesday night, 84 degrees. Winds blowing out the center at 6, and Wally Bunker on the hill for the Orioles tonight. What a year for Wally. 6-1, a 1.63 ERA, 66 innings, 40 hits. He's allowed 3 home runs, 15 walks, and 22 strikeouts. The defense around Bunker. It'll be Brooks Robinson at third. Bob Savarino, not a very good shortstop at short. Jerry Adair at second. And Norm Seaburn is at first. Sam Bowens in left. Jackie Brandt in center. Willie Kirkland is in right. Brandt and Kirkland, the two better outfielders. And here's the lineup they will face. It's Floyd Robinson leading off for the Chicago White Sox. Don Buford is your second baseman. He'll bat second. Pete Ward is your third baseman. He'll bat third. Ron Hansen is at short. He's a cleanup hitter. Gene Stevens is in right. He'll bat fifth. Cunningham is the first baseman. I forgot his first name. He played in the last Saturday's game. He'll bat sixth. Jim Landis, the right fielder, the center fielder, bats seventh. J.C. Martin is your catcher. He'll bat eighth. And Pete Buzzard is your pitcher. He'll bat ninth. And so with all that, I gave you the weather. You're looking at a beautiful night in Baltimore. Wally Bunker's ready, and we're ready to go. Robinson at 350, 5 homers and 22 RBI. Pitch to Floyd as a pop-up right side. Kirkland is there, 1 out, and that's how this one starts. Here's Don Buford at 252, a homer and 11 RBI. Buford grounds out one to first. Seaburn to Bunker, and that's an out. So 2 quick outs for the Orioles here in the White Sox in the first. The Orioles 33 and 25. This is game 59 for them. The White Sox had a bunch of rainouts early on. They're 28 and 26, and this is only game 55. Here's Pete Ward. Ward at 301, 8 homers and 10 RBI, and is sitting on a 10-game hitting streak. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Center field. Brandt's there, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1/2 of 1 inning, no score. So it's John Buzzhart, not Pete. He is 3-3 on the year with a 3.80 ERA. In 71 innings, he's allowed 81 hits. He has allowed 7 home runs, walked 18, and struck out 33. And the defense around him will be Pete Ward at third, Ron Hansen at short, Don Buford at second, Cunningham at first, Ward and Hansen the better of the 4 infielders. Floyd Robinson is in the left. He's average. Jim Landis is in center. He's very good with an above-average arm. And Gene Stevens is nothing to write home about in right field. J.C. Martin behind the plate is slightly below average with an average arm. It'll be Jackie Brandt leading off for Baltimore this evening, with Sam Bowens batting second. Jerry Ador will bat third. Norm Seaborn, the first baseman, bats fourth. The all-world Brooks Robinson will bat fifth. I believe that's Charlie Lau is the catcher. He's not that great defensively. He could teach you how to hit. He's hitting .500 this year, which tells you something. Which tells me he's also 2 for 4 or something like that. He'll bat 6th. Willie Kirkland is in the right. He'll bat 7th. Savarine, the shortstop, bats 8th. And Wally Bunker, who pitched 8 pitches in the first, will bat 9th. Brandt at 214, 4 homers and 15 RBI. Pitch to Jackie, strike 3. 0-2 pitch in there at the belt. When I did this, Park, I got to move the pitcher and catcher over some more. Looks like they're throwing right out left-handed hitters. Here's Sam Bowen. Sam at 261, 6 homers and 24 RBI. Buzzhart delivers. Ground ball to short. Hansen to Cunningham. 2 out for Jerry Adar. Adair was at 303, 2 homers and 17 RBI. Pitch from Buzzhart. That's a ground ball base hit left side, and the Orioles had the first base runner of the ballgame. For Norm Seaborn at 293, 3 home runs and 24 RBI. Pitch to Seaborn is outside, ball 4. It's at the shoulders and inside on a 3-1 count. It's still a walk, and so there's Adar is on second and Seaborn on first. 2 out, bottom of the first. Just the start of things here from Baltimore. And as I said, there's no ticker tonight because Uncle Ron screwed up. Here's Brooks Robinson. Brooks at 288, 4 homers and 38 RBI. And Robinson gets plunked. The crowd doesn't like it. He tried to move him. My goodness, it hit him in the helmet. So I'll bring up Charlie Lau, and surprise, surprise, he's 2 for 4. On the regular year, a 259 hitter with a homer and 14 RBIs. Got a chance to pick up a couple here if he can get a base hit off of Buzzhart. Wow, and that's exactly what he'll do. Adar and Seaborn score. Robinson goes to third. It's a 2-1 single for Charlie Lau. And don't forget, you can call Miss Cleo at 1-900-RIPOFF. Here's Willie Kirkland, 180, 2 homers and 10 RBI. 2-0 Birds here in the first. Pitch from Buzzhart. There's a little looper that will drop into right. Robinson scores. Lau stops at third. And the Orioles have 3 on the board here in the first. So here's Bob Savarine. Played for the Senators, you can tell, too, with that hat. 3 for 21 on the season, 143 with 1 RBI. And that's up the middle for a base hit. Lau will score. Kirkland goes to third, and it's 4-0, and the Orioles have batted around. Here's Bunker. Wally at 091 with 2 RBI. 4-0 Baltimore. And he draws a walk. So the only thing I know about what happened today is that Al Downing threw a 1-hitter against the Red Sox for the Yankees. So I'm going to assume the Yankees won today. The Twins, who Baltimore is chasing, I don't know anything that happened about that game today. We'll all find out together in the postgame show. Jackie Brandt struck out his first time up. That seems like that was an hour ago. Buzzhart, fly ball right field. Back goes Robinson. He'll turn and watch it go. A grand slam for Brant, and it's 8-0, and that will be it. Fred Talbot comes in to pitch. And for those of you clicking off Saturday, it's the Yankees and the White Sox from Comiskey Park in Chicago. Here's the numbers on Fred Talbot. 1-1 on the year with a 2.81 ERA, 16 innings pitched, 16 hits, a 1 homer, allowed 5 walks and 7 strikeouts, and is good for 35 pitches. So this will be a bullpen affair for the White Sox. And Bunker probably went and got his nails done this inning. He sat long enough. Bowens is 0 for 1. Base is empty. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Hansen, over to Cunningham, and that finally retires the side. Not before the Orioles get 8 runs on 5 hits. Sparked by a grand slam by Jackie Brant after 1. It's 8-0 Baltimore. So here's Ron Hansen at 240, 3 homers and 24 RBI. Liner into left center. Brant is there, 1 out. So Bunker had ample time to do what he wanted between innings. Here's Gene Stevens. Gene at 282, a homer and 2 RBI. If you blow an 8-run lead, well, that's not good. Stevens puts that one into right foul territory. Adar goes over and makes the catch for the 2nd out. So here's Joe Cunningham. Joe at 153, no homers and 5 RBI. Pitch from Bunker, popped up first base side. Seaburn is there, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1.5 in the books. Baltimore 8, Chicago nothing. So Jerry Adar, who singled and scored his first time up, will face Talbot. Pitch, there's a base hit into left center. And Robinson kind of misplays it. Adar's going to go for 2, and he's got it. It wasn't the weather. I think Robinson, it just kind of took a funny hop on him. So no errors. And Adar just didn't stop. So here's Seaburn, who walked and scored his first time up. The only one that has not scored for the Orioles is Bowens. Give it time. Fly ball right center. Adar will score as Seaburn doubles. And so the Orioles have made this a 9-0 game. Here's Brooks Robinson. He was plunked and scored. And that one's in the right field for a base hit. Seaburn will hold at third. Robinson is on at first with a single. And here's Charlie Lau, whose RBI single his first time up gave him his first 2 of the year. 9-0 Baltimore. Pitch from to Lau is a ground ball to second. Buford will go for 2. Hansen to 1. Cunningham for 2. The run scores. There's 2 out. And it's 10-0 Baltimore. So here's Kirkland. Willie is singled his first time up. RBI and scored. Pitch from Talbot. Grounder to Cunningham. Flips to the pitcher, and that retires the side. 2 more on the board for the Birds. With 3 hits and no errors after 2. It's 10-0 Baltimore. You ready for the line on Buzzhart? We can do this. 2/3 of an inning. 5 hits. 8 runs. All earned. Of the home run, the granny off from Jackie Brant. He walked 2 and struck out 1 in 42 pitches. 29 strikes, 13 balls, and the ERA jumps to 4.77. Talbot's not much better. Here's Jim Landis. It'll be Landis, J.C. Martin in the pitching spot here for the White Sox in the 3rd. Landis at 240, a homer and 5 RBI. Pitch to Jim, strike 3. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. So that's the first strikeout from Bunker. Here's J.C. Martin at 176, no homers and 7 RBI. A defensive catcher all the way. Bunker delivers, strike 3. So an 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. And it'll be Talbot's spot. I'm not sure if Talbot will bat here. He's 1 for 6 with a double. He will bat, and he'll draw a walk. So the 3-1 pitch was high and away. And now I'll bring up Floyd Robinson, who was retired his first time up. 9 batters for Wally Bunker, 33 pitches, 2 2/3 innings, no hits, no runs, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Pitch to Robinson. Gets away from Lau. It's a wild pitch, so Talbot moves up to second, and the count now is 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 to Robinson. Ball 4. Blowing outside, so Bunker struggling a bit with his control. Here's Don Buford. He's 0 for 1. And there's a no-hitter. That's going to go all the way to the wall for a double in right center. Talbot will score. It's 10-1 now. Here's Pete Ward, who can do damage. He had 23 on the regular year. Robinson on third. Buford on second. Pitch from Bunker. Got him! Caught the inside corner on a full count pitch. And so Bunker gets out of it largely unscathed. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. After 2.5, it's 10-1 Baltimore. So Talbot will come out for his second full inning. Here's Severine, who had an RBI single and a run scored in that 8-run first inning. Pitch from Pete. There's a base hit into left center. In fact, it's 2 as Severine's in with a double. So here's Wally Bunker. He walked and scored his first time up. The White Sox play for a bunt. Really? With a 9-run lead and a runner on second, I'm going to sacrifice bunt here, huh? Struck him out. But even that was a full count pitch. Here's Brandt. Jackie with a grand slam. That chased Buzzhart in the first. 1 for 2. And there's a chopper to first. Cunningham to Talbot for the out. 2 out for Bowens. So Talbot's first 9 hitters, 2 innings, 28 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs both earned, and a strikeout. And yes, that is considerably better than what Buzzhart did through his 10 batters. Sam Bowens is the only Oriole not to reach and is the only Oriole not to score. He will reach as he flares out one into left field for a base hit. Severine scores. It's 11-1. So Jerry Adog, the batter. Jerry has singled and doubled and scored twice. If you're wondering about a cycle, he has had 3 in the real year and 9 homers. Triples, that is. He had 3 triples on the real year. So it can be done. And there's a comebacker right to Talbot that will retire the side. Throw to Cunningham is right there, and that's the inning. Not before the Orioles put another one on. 2 hits and no errors. After 3, it's 11-1 Baltimore. So it'll be Hanson, Stevens, and Joe Cunningham for the White Sox in the 4th. And if this was a TV game, you wonder, if that were a TV game, you'd wonder what game they'd switch you to. The only reason why I know that the Yankees probably won on the downing 1 hitter was it popped up as a highlight on my screen, but it was a day game, so they weren't switching to that. Bunker gets Hanson on an 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's 4 for Wally. And here's Gene Stevens. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Wally. Strike 3. 1-2 on the outside corner. So that is 5 now for Bunker. And here's Joe Cunningham, who's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Liner in the right center. Brandt will dive and not get it. It'll be extra bases for Cunningham on the double. Brandt had a 58% chance of catching that liner, and he just couldn't do it. That was a tough play. You really can't blame Willie on that. So 2 out and a runner on second. Here's Jim Landis. He struck out his first time up. Pitch from Wally, and that's ball 4. So Bunker has not been all that economical with his pitches. 11-1 Baltimore here in the top of the 4th. J.C. Martin struck out his first time up. Pitch from Bunker, grounded to third. Robinson over to Seaburn, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. 3.5 in the books. It's 11-1 Baltimore. Well, those enjoying some Natty Boh and some popcorn here in the stands are having a good old time. 81 degrees, winds out to 12 and left. 2 left. So that cigar smoke is mixing around in there. Here's Norm Seaburn. He doubled his first time up and walked. He scored twice. Talbot still in the game, and that one will go all the way to the wall. One hopper for a double, and that's the 11th Oriole hit. You know what? Unless Seaburn is stranded, they've only stranded one run. English is pretty language. Me learn it someday. The White Sox are run on 2 hits and no errors. They've stranded 4. With Seaburn's hit 11 runs and 11 hits and 1 runner left on. That's efficient. Here's Brooks Robinson. Brooks singled his first time up and scored. Fly ball to left center. Back goes Landis. Nope, Seaburn won't be stranded because Robinson hits it well out of here. And so it is 13-1. And that'll do it for Talbot, who is pitching on short rest. Here is Frank Baumann, who I'm sure is also pitching on short rest. Nice smile. What a pretty smile. Frank is 0-1 on the year with a 3.95 ERA. In 13 innings, it's 12 hits allowed, 2 home runs surrendered. He walked 2 and struck out 8. And the lefty will face Lau. Charlie is 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. Pitch to Charlie. There's another base hit into right. So the subroutine of the program that says hits for home team is in a serious loop today. Here's Kirkland. Willie is 1 for 2 with a single and RBI. He also scored. Baumann delivers. Strike 3. 1-2 pitch right at the knees. So here's Savarini, is singled and doubled. Has scored twice and has an RBI. Orioles have at least 1 run in every inning. Pitch to Bob. There's a chopper up the middle. Buford with a snag for 1. He steps on the bag and that's it. No throw to first, but he saved a hit. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Wally Bunker, who has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Chopper to Buford, throw to first. And that will retire the side. 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. After 4, Baltimore 13, Chicago 1. These are the days that drive pitchers crazy and drive opposing managers crazy because you're going to burn through a bullpen fairly quick. Baumann is 1 for 3 with a strikeout this year. I doubt. I'll see if they're going to hit him. But you're going to go through a bullpen. You are in the process of getting absolutely annihilated. Pitch to Baumann as a grounder up the middle. Adar with a stop by the bag at second, throws to Seaburn for the out. When it's your day, it is your day. And for the Baltimore Orioles, it is your night. And you see I mentioned Danny Bowe earlier. You see the Schaefer ad there on the scoreboard in the right center, and you know that the Orioles are going to enjoy a few of those after the game. Third trip to the lineup now for the White Sox. Bunker 4 1/3 innings, 69 pitches. He has has allowed 2 hits. He's walked 3, struck out 5, and given up the 1 earned run. Floyd walked in his 0 for 1. He'll walk again as Wally misses high on ball 4. And they'll bring up Buford, who's 1 for 2, doubled home the lone run. It must have been the pitcher. Must have been Talbot because no one is showing on the White Sox side of the ledger with a run by their name. Pitch to Buford. There's a ground ball foul. No, it's a base hit. Ron screwed up. So Robinson will score. Buford goes all the way to third on the triple. And I must have put the right field markers in the wrong spot because that looked foul to me. Goes all the way down the line and right, and it's 13-2. Here's Pete Ward. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And there's one I'll get down for extra bases in the left center. So it's 13-3. Let me show you real quick if anyone's still watching this. What I mean about where the ballpark markers are. See, that looked right to me. Can I move it? I'm going to cancel that. See, you see these markers right here? That tells the game where things are, and it's for the video animation. It's no secret, and so I'm the one that had placed everything. And so that's how it looks, and so that's how the game draws you the stuff. Anyway, Ward's on with the double. It's 13-3 now. Here's Ron Hansen. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Pitch from Bunker is popped up left side. Bowens by the track makes the catch. Throwing me off because the ball isn't getting very high. Here's Gene Stevens. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Bunker will probably get his 130 pitches in or whatever. I can't imagine this would be a complete game. But dollars to donuts, he's going to be a 7-1 pitcher when this is done. Pitch to Stevens is a fly ball to right center. Back goes Brandt. That will be off the wall. That'll score Ward, and it's 13-4. Here's Joe Cunningham. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Bunker's delivery, that's foul. And the count is full, 3-2. Full count pitch. Cunningham flares this one in the right for a base hit. Kirkland will stop it, but a run will score. Stevens will score. And it makes it 13-5. So here's Jim Landis, who has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Here's a chopper up the middle for a base hit. Cunningham goes to third. And so this is, the White Sox have made some hay. They're still down 8, but they put 4 on the board. J.C. Martin, 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Popped up, or fly ball, right field. Kirkland's there, and that retires the side. 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Halfway home, it's Baltimore 13, Chicago 5. It'll be Brandt, Bowens, and Adar here for the O's in the bottom of the 5th. Bauman to pitch his second full inning. Thought he'd pitch more than that, but anyway, Brandt is 1 for 3. Had the grand slam in the first, which knocked out Buzzhart. That seems like that was forever ago. There's a fly ball to left. Robinson in the corner, 1 out. Here's Sam Bowens, 1 for 3 with an RBI. That single came in this last time up. And that one will fall for a base hit. So the Orioles have 14 hits. Here's Jerry Adar. He's 2 for 3 with a double. And 2 runs scored. Bowens on first with 1 out. Pitch from Bowman, strike 3. 2-2 pitch was swung on and missed. So here's Seaburn, the lefty. He has doubled twice. Has scored 3 times today. And has an RBI and a walk. Pitch from Bowman. There's one that's going to go to the wall. Bowens will round third. He will try to score. Seaburn will hold at second. Here comes the play at the plate. Martin's tag, not in time. So Seaburn is on second. It's now 14-5. And then I'll bring up Brooks Robinson, who was 2 for 2. He is singled and homered. Put one by the light towers in the left center for his 5th of the year. His last time up. And he draws a walk. So Bowman is tired, and he's going to throw some pitches. Charlie Lau, the batter. Charlie is 2 for 3. He's singled twice and driven in 2. That will get some runners home as that goes all the way to the wall on left. Seaburn will score. Robinson will try to score. Throw is going home. It's going to beat Robinson. He is out of the plate. So Martin with a good tag, and the Orioles are out of the inning. But they played 2 more. After 5, it's 15-5, Baltimore. So this will be Wally Bunker's last inning. He got the fatigue warning, and he's not pitching very well. Pitcher's spot is up. And Bauman will strike out, which tells you the White Sox pen is pretty spent. Here is Floyd Robinson as the White Sox start their 4th time through the lineup. Bunker 102 pitches through 27 batters, 7 hits, 5 runs all earned. walked 4 and struck out 6. Now, he's going to be 7-1 with an ERA under 2.25. And so you're going to look and say, oh, Bunker had a good game. This is why, boys and girls, win-loss record can be overrated, because Bunker has been shellacking this game. He's given up 5 runs, 7 hits, walked 4, so 11 base runners. But yet, he's been given 15 runs. He's going to win this quite comfortably and go 7-1. But his ERA today is 8.44. Pitch to Floyd is a fly ball to right. Kirkland is there. 2 out. So here's Don Buford. Buford 2 for 3. He has doubled and tripled. Needs a single and a homer. And he fouls that one behind the plate. Tried to bunt one. You're down 10 runs and 2 outs, I suppose. Anyway, the 0-2 pitch to Buford. And Bunker will lose him on ball 4. So Buford worked a walk low and inside. Throw to first. Buford back. Pitch to Pete Ward is 1 for 3. Fly ball deep to right. He's 2 for 4 as that ball is gone. So the White Sox have put 7 on the board, but yet they trail by 8. So we're going to go to the pen, and we're going to go with Dick Hall. For Bob Savarine, we'll give Aparicio the day off as B. Johnson comes into play short. So Hall will bat 8th, and he will bat. Hall has 1 save, a 4.70 ERA, 15 innings, 16 hits allowed, 4 homers. He walked 3 and struck out 7. Pitch to Hansen, who's 0 for 3. Fly ball to right center. Brandt's there, and that retires the side. 2 runs for the White Sox on a hit and no errors after 5.5. We got ourselves a football game. It's the Colts 15, the Bears 7. So let's see if Baumann continues to pitch. Willie Kirkman at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored, a single, and RBI, and a strikeout. Got him! Strike 3 on an 0-2 pitch. So Dick Hall, who does not have an at-bat this year, in real life, 125, 2 for 16 with 3 RBI. Baumann delivers, and that will be a liner in the center field that Landis corrals for the second out. So it is Bob Johnson, who was at 227, 2 homers, and 7 RBI. Baumann delivers, and that will go all the way to the wall on the double. So the Orioles have scored runs in every inning. That's their 17th hit. If Brandt doesn't reach, the streak is snapped here. Jackie had the grand slam in the first. And that will be an extra base hit. Johnson will score. The Orioles plate their 16th run on the RBI double from Brandt. And Brandt now has 5 RBI this evening. Here's Sam Bowens. He's 2 for 4. He singled twice. He scored a run and driven in 1. Fly ball deep to right. Back goes Stevens, who makes the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 6, Baltimore 16, Chicago 7. Wasn't that the final score of Super Bowl III? Except for it was the Jets that were the 16. Anyway, here's Gene Stevens. He's 1 for 3. He has doubled, driven in a run, scored, and struck out. It'll be Stevens, Cunningham, and Landis here in the 7th. Dick Hall threw 2 pitches to retire his first batter. Stevens with a liner up the middle. Brandt is there in center to make the catch. Here's Joe Cunningham. Joe is 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, and driven in a run. Popped up. Left side, Robinson is there. He better have it. He does. 2 out. So here's Jim Landis, who's 1 for 2. He has singled, struck out, and walked. And he goes down by way of the K again. An 0-2 curve that's in there for strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Stretch time in Baltimore. Bang the drum, Miss Agnes. It's 16-7. Here's Jerry Adar, 2 for 4, single and a double. Scored twice and struck out. Bowman continues to pitch, and that will be a line drive into right center for a base hit. Actually, I got the slogan wrong. It's "Go to war, Miss Agnes," which is what Chuck Thompson said when I believe the Orioles hit a home run or did something really good on TV or radio. But he stopped when the Vietnam War became really hot because of the opposition to the war. Didn't want to upset his viewers or listeners, which is a sign of a good broadcaster when you can do that. But that's where the slogan came from, and that's why it stopped. Here's Norm Seaburn. He has doubled 3 times today. He now has 17 on the year. 3 for 3. He has scored 4 times. He's also drawn a walk. So he has 42 runs scored and 2 RBI, 25 and 26. Bowman's tired, and that one is a comebacker to Bauman that he cannot get out of his glove. So a hockey-type save, and he saved it, but he couldn't do anything with the baseball. So that's the first White Sox error. And that'll bring up Brooks Robinson, who is 2 for 2. He has homered his 5th of the year and driven in 2. Pitch, fly ball to left. Robinson off the wall. Adar will score. So will Seaburn. The throw goes in the second, and it's 18-7 Baltimore. And we're gonna cheat here for a second. We're gonna Oop. What do I have for starters? I really don't have anyone to pitch. Sometimes you got to be a little unrealistic. There was a reason why they were letting Bauman get the snot kicked out of him. Is because they don't have anyone that can pitch outside of Wilhelm. All I have ready was tomorrow's starter, and you don't want to do that because it's an as-played lineup, and he won't get his full pitches. So Mossy on the short rest it is at 365 with a loss. 12 innings, 9 hits, 5 home runs, walked 2 and struck out 7. Charlie Lau, the batter, 3 for 4, double, and 3 RBI. So the White Sox now being managed by the computer again. Ground ball base hit. Buford couldn't get to it. Robinson will hold. Lau is on first. So runners in the corners, nobody out. 18-7 Baltimore. It's almost over, White Sox fans. Kirkland, the batter. Willie is 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Mossy delivers, struck him out. A late strike 3. Kirkland has fanned 3 times today. But they're up 11 runs. We're not going to bunt here. Are you kidding me? Hobble back for the second time. 1 out, and you're going to bunt with an 11-run lead? Give me a break. Hall draws a walk. So they are loaded for Bob Johnson, who doubled and scored his first time up. Here's the pitch. Fly ball right center. Back goes Landis. He makes the catch. Robinson will tag and score. And so Landis just throws the ball in the infield, and it's 19-7. Jackie Brandt, the batter. Jackie has doubled and homered. He has 5 RBI. Pitch. He'll have more than that. That's a single. Rowell round third. Well, the throw will come home. It is not in time, and the Orioles have a 20 spot on the board. So 6 RBI for Brandt. And now bring up Sam Bowens, who's 2 for 5. He strikes out on an 0-2 pitch on the inside corner. It's finally over. 4 runs, 4 hits, and an error. We played 7. This isn't the Colts and the Bears, folks. It's the Orioles 20, the White Sox 7. It'll be J.C. Martin, I hope a pinch hitter, and Floyd Robinson here in the 8th against Dick Hall. Pitch to Martin, who's 0 for 3. Chopper on the grass. Johnson over to Sebring. You got it. So here's Mossy. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout on the year. He will bat here. Line drive to Adar, 2 out. Floyd Robinson, 0 for 2. He has walked twice and scored. Fly ball left center. Brent has it for the out. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 7.5, it's 20-7. I'm sure someone has figured this out. Someone has figured it out. Okay, or someone's figured this out. What your record is when you score more than 5 runs. You score 7 runs, you figured you've won this game hopefully easily. Not down 13. Here's Adar. Jerry is 3 for 5. He has scored 3 times today. He has singled twice and doubled. Mossy delivers. Fly ball to center. Landis is there. 1 out. Here's Sebring. 3 for 4. He has scored 5 times today. Driven in 2. And walked. Fly ball right field. Back goes Stevens to right center, and it's gone. So the Orioles make it 3 touchdowns, 21-7. And have scored a run in every inning. Sebring has scored 6 times today. Brooks Robinson, who is 3 for 3. They have not retired him. He's also walked. He's driven in 4. He's homered. He's doubled. If he gets a triple, he gets for the cycle. Pitch from Mossy. He will not hit a triple. He will single, as Stevens couldn't make the play in right. 24 hits for the Orioles. 7 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the White Sox. They've stranded 6. The Orioles, 21 runs on 24 hits. And no errors. They've left 6 on. Here's Lau. He's 4 for 5. Now 6 for 9 on the year. He singled 3 times and doubled. Driven in 3 and scored 2. Mossy struck him out. 2 out for Kirkland, who was 1 for 5. We'll pinch hit. They did this without Boog Powell. Here's Gino Samoli. He'll pinch hit. 150. Practically giving this one to the computer. Giving this one to Mossy. Hitting 150, no homers or RBI. He struck out 7 times. Fly ball to right. Stevens should have it. He does, and that retires the side. The Orioles get a clean sweep. 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. To the 9th we go. It is 21-7. Samoli stays in the game and he'll play right field. If he has to bat again, I'd be stunned. I would be absolutely stunned. The Orioles nurse a 14-run lead here in the 9th. Here's Buford. The Buford, Ward, and Hanson. Buford's had a good game. He's 2 for 3. Doubled, tripled, driven in 2, and scored 2. Also drew a walk. Hall. Oh, no, we're going to have a pinch hitter. Now you pinch hit. Tommy McCraw, 234, 4 homers, and 17 RBI. Hall looking to close this one out. 2 1/3 innings and a strikeout for Dick. Fly ball left field. Bowens is there. 1 out. Pete Ward, the batter. Pete is 2 for 4. He's had a pretty good game as well. He has doubled homer, driven in 3. His 9th homer and 27th RBI. He scored 2 and struck out. Fly ball right center. Back goes Brandt. That will hit the wall, and Ward is on with a double. So here's Ron Hansen. Ron is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. It'll be Jerry McNerney to pinch hit. So the White Sox are now cleaning up their bench. Jerry at 167, a homer and 7 RBI. Liner right to Adar for the second out. So let's see if they pinch hit for the 1-for-4 Gene Stevens. It's doubled. It'll be Dave Nicholson. I figured they might. Dave at 231, 11 homers and 29 RBI. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to left. Back goes Bowens, and that's gone. So Ward and Nicholson score, and it's 21-9. And there goes the clean game for Hall. Here is Joe Cunningham. Joe is 2-for-4. Single, double, drove in a run. Popped up. Robinson is there, and this one's over. 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. And the final here from Baltimore. Baltimore 21, Chicago 9. I will not run through the rundown because it will take forever. It took 3 hours and 37 minutes to play this. Jackie Brandt drove in 6. Brooks Robinson drove in 4. Everyone had a base hit for Baltimore. That started 9 runs for the White Sox on 10 hits and an error. The Orioles 21 hits on 24 hits and no errors. Buzz Hart with a loss. He's through 2/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 8 runs all earned, a home run. He walked 2 and struck out 1. Bunker, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs all earned, a homer. He walked 4 and struck out 6. Hall with the save, 3 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 1 and struck out 1. So the final score: Baltimore 21, Chicago 9. Jackie Brandt with the game MVP. A great effort from the Colts. Unitas throws for 300. All right, here's the rest of the scores. Downing, as we said, the one-hitter for the Yankees. They beat the Red Sox 4-0. Cubs beat the Phillies 6-2. Dick Buell with a win, or Bob Buell with a win, goes to 6-6. Jim Bunning is 5-5. Giants beat the Reds 6-3. That's a big one because the Reds and Giants are fighting for second place in the National League. Shaw with a win. Joe Nuxhall and those Knucklers 0-9. Gaylord Perry with a win. Big win for the Twins. 6-4 over Cleveland. Camilo Pascual goes to 6-4. Sad Sam McDowell goes to 2-1. Pirates shut out the Mets 1-0. Bob Friend with a win. He goes to 3-7. So Pittsburgh's lead holds at 4.5. The Angels beat the Senators 2-1. Bo Belinsky goes to 6-5. Jerry Narrum 5-4. Lee with the save is 9th. Tigers beat the Athletics 5-1. Wickersham goes to 7-2. The Cardinals shut out the Colt 45s 1-0. Washburn gets his 3rd win of the year. He's 3-3. Cuellar with the save. That's the second. Yes, that is the same Mike Cuellar, who would go on to great success with the Orioles. Doubleheader. Cleveland beat Minnesota in the nightcap 7-3. Ramos with a win 5-5. Rowan with a loss 3-5. That's not Ed McMahon with his 4th save of the year. Braves beat the Dodgers 8-5-10. Blasingame with a win. That's his 1st of the year. Poor Phil Ortega. 5-8. Always gets nailed. And the game you just saw, if you're still with us, 21-9. Baltimore over the White Sox. So the Yankees and Twins, who split the doubleheader, the Twins split the doubleheader, they're tied for first place. And so let me see who plays who on Saturday. Because I have the Yankees on Saturday. Yankees and White Sox from Comiskey. And so that will be game of the week for Saturday. And so until then, if you watch this all, give yourself a quad candlestick. I'm Ron for Retro Sports Network. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you the next time.